Hello. We are back live again. uh, the reason being, I wanted to complete the profile things today, and yeah, and that's why I'm back live again. And we'll target to complete this particular thing today and see how far we can go. When I say how far we can go, I'm gonna stream for the next 1 to 1.5 hours. After that, I'm gonna have dinner. We went out for some work and had quite a heavy evening snacks, so still not hungry yet, so I'm gonna have a little late dinner today. But yeah, let's see. Meanwhile, how is everybody doing? Okay, without further ado, let's quickly get into work. So I don't quite like this. I want some sort of a lo-fi mix. Cool. Okay. Somehow my camera is... Anyways. Cool. I need to fix my camera a little bit, I think. It needs to pair a little bit. I want to show. Let's see. Well, okay. Okay, cool. Let's get started. So we definitely need ChatGPT, I think. ChatGPT. So since the day I started paying less, I feel the bandwidth has also gone down a lot. It's just what I feel it is. I don't know. But I feel the bandwidth has gone a lot less after I have started paying less. I was paying, I think, 1,000, 2,000, something like that, whatever is the first year. But then when they came up with 400 rupees in India, I said, okay, let me just do that. It seems like something that can get my work done. Anyways, that being said, there is also one thing that I want to explore. N8N. If anybody knows what N8N is, it can create some automation workflows, and I was hoping if I can do this thing. So I just want to see what's the pricing. So build as much as you want, pay only when your workflow runs. Okay, so if I go for annual, it's 2.5k euro per year. Per year. Okay. One shared project, 5. Okay, so it really doesn't. Okay, so what if I self-host this guy? For companies with less than this saying needed collaboration and scale, it's 40k. Wait, $20 per month, 20 euros per month. 20 euros to INR. Really? 20 euro is equal to 2,000 rupees? I don't believe it. Wait. It's not 20, right? It's 20 for a month. I was thinking in terms of year. So it's 240. 240 comes out to be 25,000. So yeah, I don't think so. It's worth it. And if you have a GitHub, why can't I just take your code and fair code automation with native AI capabilities, combine visual customizations with this thing, okay? Just build in TypeScript. It's fair code distributed under a sustainable use license. Fair code is not a licensed software. This type of software model where it's generally free. We desire open specification discussions on these things. Okay. Abhishek Sharma is hitting it out of the ballpark. Anyways, okay. ठीक है, चलो, let's go. And then I can simply say then I can say VaultIQ. Is there anything left? No. Okay, so let's run this. Let's run this. Okay. Start debugging in browser. What happens then? Did it just open Chromium? I think it opens Chromium. Yeah. Still running, right? Okay, still running. And if I go here, so I think let's get done with our backend code, right? So here everything looks pretty good to me. Everything looks pretty good to me. Okay, so we got Google user information, right? First thing we want to do is I actually kind of forgot all things we get, so let's quickly do that thing. So Sure, it locked. Oh. Yes, it locked everything, so we can go back here. Given name, family name, picture, email verified. Yeah. If it's not email verified, I don't know. Like, when can Google email not be verified? Google user OIDC email verified. Does it say something? Will always be true. This indicates that the Google has taken steps to verify. Okay. So I don't quite need that. I don't quite need that. Okay. Where am I code? Okay. So here, I think we can do a little bit of database setup now, right? So let's go here and let's say Mongo. Spring data model is what I really want. So this is this, and let's go to build stuff. Okay. Let's actually first look at if my things are working fine. Sorry, things are working fine. Wait a second. Why is there no name for? Oh, no, yes, there is a name. Azure Blob -f this thing. Okay. So here, kitni bari batao. Okay, there's already VaultIQ and things like that. So let's refresh this guy. And we have 3 collections here: directories, files, and profiles under VaultIQ. So let's quickly go ahead and connect to it. Application YAML. Mongo. So in here, I should be able to see all of the databases. If I look at the properties, somewhere I should be able to say that, hey, just yeah, maybe I don't want to do that. So so I have to use I understand. So I have to use admin password. Now this should work because we should have access to everything. Okay. So you have the admin database, you have a configuration. Should have an admin DB in here somewhere. Oh, God. It's really fun when you do it in that way. Nice pro setup. Like your dedication. Even today, you're sharing knowledge. Okay, thank you. But what pro setup? There is no pro setup. What pro setup you're talking about? Okay, so okay, so authentication database is most likely, where is my this thing in here? So the question here is, what is the authentication database? I'm guessing it has to be new dedicated mic. No. My mic was always there. Mic was always this thing. So the only thing that is that I was not like my camera. I don't give if I put the whole view of the camera, it's gonna take up this much space. Okay? And if I take up this much space, the problem is that side is not very pleasant to look at. Okay, that side is not very pleasant to look at. So that is one thing. And yeah, so that's why I'm like, I cropped it, but then trying to make that borders rounded, I had to do some like image blend and all that, and that actually caused a problem where like I messed up the crop there. So I generally will crop right at this border, but it now went across, and on this side also it went across a little bit, and now that's why you can see the mic. The mic was always there, but it was cropped off of the view actually. If you come on Zoom with me, that is when you can see it. That is when you can see it, but mic was already there. I'm gonna open the chat on my phone so that I don't have to open up that thing again and again. But generally, if I just use my camera in the normal thing, it's gonna be this huge, and I don't want to do it. Anyways, cool. And how's your Sunday? Shantnuda? Okay, so my point here is that I'm not quite sure. So let's just see what all options we have, right? So we have the database, which is definitely gonna be VaultIQ. So then you're gonna have the host, I think. Local host, and then you will have port, which is gonna be 27017. Is that right? 27017. Then I also need username and password. So I'm just gonna say VaultDB. What is the name of it? VaultDB, right? VaultDB username. Password is VaultDB password. So even though you know the going on match day, match is the, what is this code now, by the way? India versus so 42 for 2. I don't want to comment right now. I don't want to comment on stream right now, honestly, but yeah, I mean after they actually did the main thing, where otherwise I was actually very much like certain it's not gonna cross 100, but yeah. Okay, maybe I put it here. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna hide my screen for a second. I mean, you already know my password and username, but this is for my local machine. No one can do anything about it, but I'm gonna put it in the environment variable file where my Google Auth client ID and secret is also, so I cannot be leaking stuff. All right. Okay, I think we should be good now, and one of the ways I can check that is very simple. So in here, I can just say value. Let's discuss this now. Discuss what? Username. Okay. Wait. Okay. String name, whatever. Okay. So in here, I can just say name. Well, I can only do it here. So that I can do only after Java 25. Let's see. VaultIQ user. Cool. Let's discuss later on this. Acha. Let's discuss this. Yeah, cool. So we are good here now. We're good here now, right? Yes. Okay. So the question is, I think it can connect right now. Okay. So what we have to do first is, let's actually go ahead and start working with entities. And I don't know if calling entity is a good thing, or maybe we can call it a document. I'm just gonna call it an entity. Let's ask ChatGPT. So we call packages entity, which has all classes and models stored in SQL server or any RDBMS. Here we use what the name of the package should be. So collection is identity, so I'm just gonna go with identity for now as model. Broader used but don't want to be tied to a specific database. Collection. Document. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, document. But the question is, do I want to make a document? What is your opinion on Perplexity? I have no idea. I have not used it. I have not explored it. Specifically Perplexity what? Model? Or I don't know if any other, what other services you provide. I have never explored it. I know Airtel Black gives it for free. I never enabled it. I think I should explore more stuff. Being a tech guy, I should explore more stuff. But yeah, this works, so I just made it working because again, I have to explore that. And sometimes even I use Claude sometimes, but not paid, free. Only ChatGPT is paid, no other tools are paid. But it's a giant pain in the ass to actually make a model understand something, and then at some point I get bored and frustrated, and so I just said, okay, I'm just gonna use one thing, and if it cannot do the job, I'm gonna look for other ways of getting the job done. That's all. Okay, so document is what it's suggesting, so let's do document. So here I'm gonna create something called profile. Okay, and as far as I remember, you have to mention this as a document, right? You have to mention this as a document, and then here private string, sorry, object ID. Okay, so this has to be an ID. And then what else do we have in the profile is the question. This is a subject. So yes, with correct prompts, ChatGPT gives great results. Perplexity gives you opinion. Option, all models in a single. Acha. Aggregators. Aggregators, I have this, which is Copilot, which is free, and it gives me view quota. Yeah, it gives me free, I think, I don't know how many, but yeah, till now I have only spent 10% in the entire month. So every month it gives you a certain number of chats and code completions. I have turned on code completions because I don't like tapped out things, and that's why I don't use agents also. But here I feel okay, it's more easier for me. And so if I have to do something something different, I can probably just go ahead and use here. So that's what I do. Premium models, manage models, add models. Oh, I can add more models here. Yeah, I didn't even explore this. I just go ahead and start typing, and if it cannot do, I start seeing if somebody else can solve it for me. So if I say OpenAI, add model, okay, I can add API keys and stuff like that, which means I have to pay for it, which I'm of course not doing. Okay, so what else? So let's quickly go through the data model of how it's gonna be. So you have the name, which we can simply take as a full name. You don't have to give first name, last name, and things like that. The other thing can be an email. One thing I'm very interested in is a time zone. So because okay, we'll try Copilot. You can try Copilot. Again, a lot of times I don't use Copilot. Most of the time, again, whatever this is, I just don't use them. I don't know why. Maybe it's wrong not to use them, but for me, so if I'm typing something, or if I'm thinking and typing something, if somebody starts prompting something, it's very weird. Like, it just takes my concentration in a different direction. So that is why I don't prefer agents, where it does a lot of things and then I have to review. I do not like to do that. So I would rather have a reprompt ChatGPT till the time I get my thing right, and then copy paste in one go, other than, you know, just have something and then try, like, click run, it doesn't run. Okay, can you fix it? It's not running. So I don't want to do that. Sorry. And then once it gets working, I would say, okay, I do not like how you did it like this, can you try another different way? Then it might break again. So that's why I prefer that, okay, like, I have all the conversation in one go, and once it is done, I'll start typing something. Otherwise, I don't want to see anything on the screen yet. Okay, so email, then you can have what? So like we googled, email verified is always going to be true, so we gotta ignore that. So we took care of email. There's picture also. Profile, avatar, URL, let's say. Okay, avatar, URL, and after that I can simply say provider, and then I can say provider ID. You know what, I can compress it together, and I can say this. The reason why I can say this is I would like to save something like Google, and then whatever the subject is coming in, I would like to save that. Now the point is, why do I need to save it as a subject and not just like, why do I have to append something? Because the same subject can be used in a different provider, right? So this would definitely be unique. So you don't have to give spaces, so I guess, yeah, so I can just do it in this way, I suppose. Okay, so you have an ID, string name, private string email, and private string avatar URL, private string provider ID. So we have a getter setter. This is column, I suppose. Field? What is it called exactly? Yeah, I guess it's called a field. Value is name. This is email. This is avatar URL. And this is provider ID. This I think what I'm gonna go with, and then I'm gonna have a repository. Repository profile repository. So this has to be an interface, and extends Mongo repository. So this is not a string, it's gonna be an object. Okay, so for now this is it, and we'll see exactly what all things are required here. Okay, and this here is a repository. Cool. So we have the basic structuring of how to do the data modeling part. So now what I'm going to simply do here is that I'm going to save the data. So this is Google user. Okay, this is Google user. So let's just private final profile repository. So let's add it to the constructor. Okay, so in save the profile, so I'm gonna put my code in here so I can easily extract it. So now I would say that this here is a 64 for 2. I think it's an easy win. That's all. It's an easy win, honestly. Okay, so what I'm simply gonna do is profile is new profile dot set name is Google user dot get name. Set email would be get email dot profile dot set provider would basically be string dot format Google slash this thing, and then here you would have Google user dot get sub. This is what I'm gonna do, and then profile repository dot save profile. Yeah, so let's see first if this works or not, right? Let's first try to make this work. So yeah, let's go here. So let's log in. First of all, what I do want to do here is droplet DB. I want that. So if I go to VaultIQ, I just want to query console, and I want a virtual view. Okay. Never mind. Use VaultIQ. Okay. So now db dot collections dot db dot VaultIQ dot find. I think you can find many, but I don't want to do this. I just want to find many. That's all. That is wrong. How do you do it? I forgot. How can I forget it? Hold on. Vim Mongo. db.get collection. Since function, let's execute it. Void 0 is not a function, so I have to do profile. Okay, profile.find, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I don't have anything right now, right? Dot I think count you can do, and if you aggregate that, it has to. So now once I hit login, if I choose this guy, if I say continue, okay, now if I go back to the DB, I think I messed it up. Yes, because I don't want this. What I have to do in here is collection is the files. I'll do that. So if I just continue in here, and then this thing, so if I go back here, if I run this, voila, we have an ID, we have a class. Class is basically coming right from this thing itself. Oh. So create the Google listing. So this is the provider, right? So we are missing one thing, which is avatar URL. Which is avatar URL. So avatar URL we will be storing it right very soon. What I'm thinking here is we need some sort of details, right? So here I need a package called DTO. So I don't know if I should put this document inside the model or not. Not quite sure. Maybe we put it here. Sorry. Yeah. So for DTO, I would just say new profile DTO. Okay. And this straight up can be a record. And this can be string name, string email, string provider ID. Can simply be this. And we can have public static new profile from Google user. Turn new profile DTO. So Google user dot get name. then string format, Google this thing, Google user dot get sub. Okay. Is the stream not? Stream is going fine, I think. Just go to analytics quickly. Yeah, this is good then. Okay. Yeah, okay. So why did I close it? This is a problem. Okay. Okay. Back to the point here. So yeah, so we successfully saved the profile, right? So what next? What next? We have to work to save this thing. By the way, I just wanted to check if I can create a SQL database. What about Blob Store? Yeah, I cannot do Blob Store here, so I simply have to rely on this. We're gonna rely on this, that's fine. So blob container. Okay, so now we have to bring in stuff. Now we have to bring in stuff. It feels like that, right? So because user info storage is done, but we have to store the avatar now. We have to store the avatar now, right? So user id.png. PNG, not quite sure if it has to be a PNG or not, but let's see. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So we were able to store the user info. We were able to store the user info. Happy about that. Super happy about that. But now we need to actually let's refactor it first, I think. Okay, so new profile DTO. Okay. New profile DTO, and then here I'm just gonna say new profile DTO is new profile DTO from Google user. Or should I be, maybe I have a two condition here. I don't know. I like, it's again waste of time. I feel we can argue about what is correct, what is wrong. Profile. So here so now here's the thing. I simply cannot save the data because, so let me quickly show this what I mean by that. So here, so let's actually remove this part for now. We'll directly go with profile and later on we'll bring in our DTO. Let's quickly make it working first before it's time. So here itself, what I can do is I can say this is this. So we'll log in with Google. So if this is this, if I say continue, we go back, but I logged in with Google twice, or right on the stream itself, and this thing here is gonna have 2 entries for the same user. The class name changed because I changed the package. That is fine. It's not a big deal. This here is also kind of a backfilling where it's easier for me to just take up a certain or document. It's not related to our class. It didn't save it. But if I have the same kind of structure, I can simply consume it and convert it. Is how I understand. Okay, is how I understand. So a backfilling of data is polyfill of data is probably much more easier with this, but I may be completely wrong. But yeah, so this is what it is. So the question here is, how do we fix that? Well, the easiest solution here to how do we fix that is, where is this thing here? So this right here, yeah, this right here is provider ID, which needs to be done very first thing. Okay. Profile repository dot find by, so you have to give it find by provider ID, and in here I have to provide provider ID. So you have to create this thing. Let's create a method. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna take 5 minutes of quick break, and then I'm gonna be back. Since it's night and there's a second session of mine, the energy is a little bit low, so sorry for that. But yeah, I'll quickly be back. Yeah, sure. Just stay tuned. Thank you. Okay, we are back. We are back at this. So, I think I'm gonna remove the DTO for now. I'm not gonna bother about it, honestly. I'm simply gonna use profile. Yeah. Okay. So one of the things I feel we can do here is so let's say exists by provider ID. So let's create this, and this is a boolean. What are you talking about? Return values? Yeah, we'll use it. So if it does exist by the provider ID, if it doesn't exist by the provider ID, this is where I'm going to save the profile. Okay. So one of the things that I do want to do here is that I do want to make sure that I get back this thing. So let's actually do this. Find by provider ID. Okay. Optional profile. Optional is this. Import this thing. So now here, wait, that is not what I meant. Yeah, what did it actually do? Profile repository. Yeah, okay. So one of the things I also wanna do here is, I think in here we should be doing some sort of index, and that's likely the only thing that we have to say. We have to say anything unique is true. Background true, collation direction sparse. Okay, maybe we'll figure these things out later on if we have to do something about it. Check Mongo index details of how they are done and how they are not, and so that should actually give us a little bit more details on this. Okay, so let's remove this. So you have optional. If optional dot is present, let's say not present, is empty. So this is when create this thing and wait, yeah, okay, and I'm simply gonna say profile is equal to, and in here profile. So let's go to profile quickly and do a toString. I think we have to generate it, generate the toString, and yeah, this thing in here. So cool. So if I try to find anything in here, there are two. So delete many, and if I don't give any condition, it's gonna delete everything. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So now what I'm gonna do here is just saying login with Google. I'm gonna say continue, and now yeah, so it populates the ID in here for profile. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Else I can simply say profile dot optional dot get. So one of the things we can do is optional dot get or else, sorry, optional dot or else. So in here, I think I'm supposed to yeah, so this is a supplier, which means it doesn't take anything. Return the profile. So this is profile, and let's just call this new profile. Yeah, boy, that's what I want to do. So now if I go back here, if I do a continue, it's still gonna log certain things, but it never went to the DB. It just stored one time. So I can go one more time. So it never replicated this in the DB, right? So that's what we did. Cool. Now we have to create the JWT token. So go to security, and we have a configuration, we have algorithms, we have state token handler and things like that. So in configuration, you would have a security configuration where you created this. What I now need to do is create a public token handler, which is of so let's just say this is a session payload. So what would a session payload have? And I feel this can be a record, where even state payload can be a record, right? Okay, we actually did a record, yeah. So in here, what do we have? In here we can have string ID, ID. So do we really want to pass on the ID? Maybe we do. String subject, then we'll have string, the subject will be our own ID, and we'll have a name, string email. I think that's pretty much it. So instant issued at, instant expired at. And I feel one of the things we do with state token is we do this. Maybe we can say expiry. Yeah. So maybe this is something that we can do. Okay. So now, in my security configuration, I can simply say this is a session payload. And what do we need? We need session payload properties, which we don't have, of course, so we've got to create this guy. So let's create this guy in the security config. Okay, let's see exactly how we do this for this. So we say this is this, okay. So app.security.this. So let's say this is for session. Issuer is this. Audience is not this. Secret is, let's just say this for now because it's local. TTL is let's say 5 days. So Python 5 days is basically 24 hours into 5. I mean, let's do it this way: 5 days, 24 hours, 60 minutes, 60 seconds. So this is what it is, your TTL. And wait, I messed up. Yeah. And then your leeway can also be 30 seconds, I think. Yeah. So let's add some stuff to the configuration. Define config key, define configuration key. Okay, define configuration key, and that's pretty much it. This is what we would say. So in my session payload properties, I can probably state payload properties. I can state token, state. I am getting tired, I think. Probably copy paste this thing, and let's just call this session token properties. Yes, please. Okay, so we don't have this. We have a secret. We have this. We have this, right? Constructor, get a setter. So you have everything. So here you have to say configuration properties. Prefix is equal to who's texting, dude. Okay. So prefix is equal to app.secure security.session. Okay, and in properties configuration, you have to enable session token properties. And that should fix everything. Yeah. So now the point here is that okay, yeah, because we didn't do that, so let's do this for now. We can copy paste some of the stuff from here. So you have your secret session token properties. Then you have to define the function, which is basically a serializer. So the function would take this thing and have to get something done. So in here I would So let's look at session payload and what you have. You have the subject, you have the name, you have the ID. So instead of this object ID, let's just call it ID. Let's just call it ID. So let's close everything first. Security config, not that. This. Okay. So session payload, you only have the ID itself. So what you can do is map off subject is gonna be ID, payload dot ID dot to hex string, to string, and this is gonna be this. Okay. The next thing is gonna be audience. This we can say the same thing. The next thing is gonna be name. So payload name. Okay, and then you'll have an email which will be payload.email. I really hate the commas. Then what else? You'll have this. I suppose you only have this much along with issuer, which is token.issuer, I guess. Maybe you don't need that. I don't know. Maybe you don't need that. So this is basically your thing, and you don't have to say return because you can just comment that. And that should be it. Wait a second. This here is closing for this. Why is it? What is it crying about? So this is closing for this. This right here is closing for. Do I have to give another one? No. To remove one? Oh, of course, because it's not C# having namespace shit, right? So I keep forgetting. I was thinking one is there for namespace, right? It's not. Shitty language. Yes. Okay. The next thing you want is deserializer. So here you would have function decoded JWT, and it would give you back a session payload. Deserializer. Here you get back this thing. Let's just say decoded chunk, right? Okay. Okay. So here I would get back a new session payload. The first thing is has to be an object. So decoded.get claim as nonce name. If this is wait, can I just get subject? Get subject. Get subject. New object ID. You pass in this thing, and then you simply say string ID is this. So that is wrong. That is wrong. Okay. So usually how do you do it? I forgot. New object ID. You have to give the hex string or the bytes. Okay. I think you just say bytes, right? Get bytes. Let's just say you duplicate. What you're cribbing about, minor finder? Oh. No. Object ID. 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 The next thing you want is the name. So So name is again something specific. So decoded dot name, string name is this. So name, email is this. So you have the email. Then you can have what else you have? You have the email. Okay, so they have instant issued at. So decoded dot get issued at. I don't know. Get issued as instant. Is that what we're looking for? Yes, we are looking for this. So this is issued at, and then expiry, get expires as instant. So issued at and expiry, and you can simply enter this. That should be your deserializer. So once you have the deserializer, return new HMAC things we're going to do. So we're going to say HMAC handler. We're going to give it this thing, and that should be it. Believe it or not, minor finder, that should be it. Here, what we do now in Google login controller, once we do save this, we want okay, so we have to add that token handler here. So private final token handler, but I want a session to payload token handler, and add it to the constructor, please. Thank you so much. So wait, did I? It has to be a session payload token handler specifically. Why did I call it a token handler? Okay. So here itself, what we will do is so here itself, what we will do. We have to create a session payload. Wait. Token. Why do I need a token handler? I feel I don't need a token handler. How did we do it? I forgot how we did it actually. We need a token. Okay, so we need this. There's no token this thing here. I probably should have created a token service. I'll do that later on to wrap both of these things together. So token handler always, token service always takes care of generating different kinds of tokens. Maybe I can do it right now. So in my service, there's no service actually. Wow. Okay, so let's create a service, package service, and then token service. Okay, so string generate state. I don't know what I'm gonna need as of right now, but let's just implement the interface. Yes, please. Thank you. So here this is gonna be a service, and here private final token handler, state token handler, state payload token handler, and this is gonna be a session. So session, yeah. And it's gonna work without any auto wiring because the types are different. Right? So here, how do we generate the token here in login controller? How do you use it? How do you use it, buddy? I am not interested in that. I'm interested in this. So you decode the token in here. Okay. It is not much of a big deal. You already have the handler as a single thing. So maybe we just don't care. Maybe we just don't care. Yeah, okay. So anyways, so if I go to Google login and if I say session dot sign, so I have to sign this guy now. So in here I'm gonna have to create a session payload. Session payload is equal to new session payload, and what all things we have. So profile.getID, profile.getName, profile.get email. You need instant issued at is this thing, and iat.plus how do you do this? Sign. Yes, but the question here is how do you, because you have this. So I'm just gonna, where else this thing is required? So you require in generate state. Again in generate state. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Okay. So token service. And this is how I feel refactoring should be. It should not just be, oh, this design pattern fits. That's not how any software is made. Maybe shitty software is made in that way, because you're always constantly thinking not to solve the problem, but how to, like, write a little bit more code to make your code conform with a certain pattern. I really like, so I used to believe in all these things, and I used to be like, okay, so I understand that. Okay, so still today, if I just go and say that this thing is dumb, people will not accept it in an interview. But if we are only doing software for an interview, it's that is not what I do software only for. I mean, interview is a part of it, but just to crack interviews, you have to give up your opinions, all that. I believe there is somebody who would align with your thought process, and yeah, one day maybe you are lucky enough to work with those kind of people. Anyway, so sign generate state. Okay, so here I'm gonna say implement the interface. I'm real. Okay, so service. So as an example, I'll give you a very simple example here. So someone might kind of come and say, I can do very sophisticated kind of algorithms and have kind of strategies, different kind of strategies to create not strategies, so I can have delegators, right? So I can have certain delegators which would delegate to certain handlers depending on the type and all of that. It slows down your application, and one day I'm going to show this thing. So I was working on a monotonic array DSA problem, and I used functional programming. Functional programming is not the problem. The problem was too many boxing and unboxing happened, and the solution was heck slow. It was still often, the solution was heck slow. So if you can work with primitives, I think it's much better to work with primitives if you can. But anyways, let's do this. Private final token handler, state payload, session payload, private final state token properties. Okay, and session token properties. Ooh. So let's do that. I really wish my thing worked, but okay, it's fine for now. So if I go to login, and if I just say sign, so this is where it gets signed, and you say this, and to say this. So you also kind of need the state payload. That's the problem here, buddy. That's the problem here. I cannot return two things from the method. Java sucks, man. Java sucks full time. The fucking Golang would have just simply been like, okay, I'm gonna return back state in this thing. Or if you're working with C, you could have just simply said state payload. Here you can't do shit. Can't do shit. Yeah, let's forget refactoring for now. Fucking. Okay, chicken. But then the problem here is we need the issues and all of this, right, to pass through. Yeah, because I took it here, I don't want to take it here. The question here is how exactly I'm doing it here. So when I do a sign, this is where it comes. So I have to create a where is my security? The reason why it worked is I'm a dummy dumb. Where are the handlers, dude? Well, I created right there. Yeah. Session payload, then you need the issuer, where string issuer would be session token properties dot get issuer. So after that you would need the audience. So session what do I do in login control? Audience is this. Okay, so we have an audience actually, and in here I don't have an audience. Where did I write that? Yeah, in here I don't have an audience. Application, yeah, I don't have an audience. List of later. Then you have issued at, and then you have expired. And I'm just gonna say plus string TTL is session properties TTL. This is this. So TTL, well, this is int, and chrono units seconds. So this has to be instant expire equals, and here expire. So what I feel like is it doesn't need all this stuff. So you can go to session payload and we can remove that, I feel. So if we need that, we can add it back. Yeah. Okay. Cool. After that, मुझे भूख ही नहीं लग रही है. अभी खाते हैं, रुको. भूख लग गई तुम्हें? नहीं, सच ही होता. लग गई? जब लगे तब बताना, तब मैं बंद करके खा लूँगा. अभी मुझे भी भूख नहीं देगी. Okay. Okay. So now basically this is what my session this thing is, and if I take this is gonna be JWT token, or we can simply say session token. Okay. So we have a token. We can simply say response cookie equals response from session token cookie dot dot, yeah, so HTTP only is false. Max age for this is TTL, but this is in seconds. Dot I have to say same site is if I'm not wrong, I can say lax, and there's one thing which is secure is false. HTTP only is my bad. So if this is there, it means that even though it's a HTTP server, it can still work with the cookie, and that's why it lacks. I cannot say strict. If it's strict, it has to be a this, right? So this is there. Okay, so this is a cookie, and I suppose how you can do that is dot header. Wait, there was a set cookie. It completed something for me, right? Dot header HTTP header set p to string. Cookie to string or value? I think value. That is something I don't remember. Returns a cookie value. Okay, name, so not to string, it has to be get value. Yeah. So if I do this, this is where my cookie would be sent to the root. So I think I think this is done where I am generating the JWT token. This thing, refresh token is something which I'm not doing right now, but let's see. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go. I messed up something. Wait, my backend is not running. Okay. Okay, so let's just do that. Sign in, continue. Okay, but the question, $1 million question here is, fuck. Oh wait, this is local storage. I want cookies. Fuck. It didn't work. Didn't work. Okay. Missing something. Missing something. So can I just say same? I don't remember exactly what needs to be done here. Yeah, this is another one thing I feel that, you know. Of course, that's not gonna work. So let's log in. Ignore the formatting now. Ignore the formatting, please. Even Google's formatting sucks, so. Only show cookies with an issue. Where the fuck is that? Oh, wait. Path is this, I think, that I have to give, which means that it has to be accessible across these paths. Login. Continue. That didn't work. Okay. I'm gonna do a quick exit. So why is this big? Yeah. So here there is chocolate. And do I have a prep? Yeah. Pim prep. Response cookie. I have to do toString apparently, not value. So now I would say login, just say in here, continue. Aha! So this is a session, and this is this. And if I go to jwt.io and this thing, so as you can see, issued by this, audience is this, subject is this, name is this, email is this, issued at expiry. Holy fucking shit. We did it. We fucking did it. Fucking did it. I mean, probably 5 days is a long time, but for yeah, for local, I think it's fine. Also, one thing I quickly want to check in cookie service here. And so yeah. So here you're saying it's a session token, you give path. Then you say HTTP only is true, which means your JavaScript cannot read it. Maximum this thing is this, TTL. Secure is false, same side as LAX. I'm just gonna call it LAX, and then that's pretty much it. Cool. I learned pretty much. One thing I quickly want to learn here is, so let's actually ask ChatGPT. Same site for cookies. Explain why it is needed and difference between same, strict, and LX. Same site cookie MDN. research on this document. Yeah. So this is a pretty good I would say. It's a pretty good achievement, I would say. So we did this. We didn't do refresh tokens as of now, but we did this. Shit. And here you can see it actually give you, oh, India won by 7 wickets, 4 overs left. Wow. Wow. Sky made 47. Ah, he missed just by 3 runs. Shit. Oh. Cool. Just to clarify, if I just wanted a single line, I would have just read that I want a deeper research, buddy. I want a deeper research. Okay, before it researches, yeah, while it researches, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna be back. So thank you. we are back, but I was just hearing my own voice and I realized it sucks. So I'm gonna quickly do this thing here. Filters, close, just for a quick second. So I'm gonna say monitor and output. Hello. Yeah. So this is not crisp. If I go to free band. Hello. 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 Hello, is this better? Is this better? Is this better? I think this is better. No. Monitor off. Okay. I'm sorry you're gonna hear a little bit of this thing right now. Just for a quick sec. Own voice. And I realized it sucks. So I'm gonna quickly do this thing here. Filters. Close. Just for a quick second. So I'm gonna say monitor and output. Hello. Yeah. So this is not crisp. If I go to free band. Hello. 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 Hello, is this better? Hello, now I think this is better. Hello, now I think this is better. Okay. I'm just gonna say that the mic is better now. If anybody is watching me live right now, you can say it on the chat if this mic volume is, the voice is better and crisp. Anyways, so let me get started. Cool. So what we were doing is basically we created the cookie and we returned it back, and this looks pretty good to me. This looks pretty good to me. And if I go here to find, it only has one entry, but if I now do two entries, saying this, continue. I think I did wrong, right? Yeah, I'm supposed to choose this guy. Continue. Okay, so it gave me a completely new token, and let's validate the token is fine. If we go here, this is this pre-update jobs. Okay, so here if I do this thing, this makes sense. Now we have two entries. So cool, this is fine, I believe. This is fine, I believe. Okay, next what? I think yeah, I think we did a pretty good job here where we completed this thing, except user info storage and things like that. It's not done. But yeah, I mean, still pretty good, I would say. Still pretty good. Cool. We can try to do a little bit of formatting so that it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier, right? So the first thing I feel we can format is token service implementation. We were thinking of this, so trying to generate the token, it's kind of difficult here because of the fact that I have to do this. So I'm just gonna delete everything for now. I'm not gonna bother about it. But what we can do is go to Google login controller, and in here this is where we issue the token, and the same thing we have to do for GitHub or anything else. So this is kind of a common thing, right? So this particular thing right here is common. You have to create the token, which is common, and this thing here is also common, but we can simply do this, right? So we can extract this out. Sorry. To login controller. So here, protected string generate cookie. Generate okay, maybe here, protected string generate session token, session cookie. Okay, so here I can paste this in. So you need those stuff in here, so let's give those stuff. So this is session payload, session this thing, and this is session token properties. Add the constructor details in add those dependencies in the constructor. So you have almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dependencies. We're gonna extract those out sometime. Okay, we're gonna extract those out at some point. So we need object ID. Maybe we can just pass a profile. Let's not do that. It's gonna be easier to refactor profile into a DTO, so I'm just gonna keep that. Okay, I'm just gonna keep that as it is. Okay, so here I'm gonna say, oh, by the way, did my ChatGPT finish off? Okay, I'll pull a detail of why same-set attribute is needed for cookies, along with the breakdown of the difference between this. I'll include security implications reveal. Okay, it basically copy pasted everything that is there in MDN, I guess, which is pretty dumb. String name, string email. So here I would say this is ID, name, email. So this is this, and here simply gonna return the cookie. And this is not gonna be a string, this is gonna be a response cookie. This is gonna be the same for everything actually, so that's why I'm keeping this as is. So secure, environment driven. Again, this has to be environment driven, so if it's not production, I would keep it not secure, but if it's production, I would keep it secure, which means that only HTTPS servers would work with it. But yeah, okay, so I can just copy this thing in here. So I can say response cookie. So session cookie is equal to this thing. So profile.getID. So this is gonna be profile.getName, and this is gonna be profile.getEmail. And that's pretty much it. So let's call it session cookie. Session cookie. Yeah, this should be working as it is. Man, I didn't want to do that. So We don't need this. We don't need this. Okay. So here, session this, and then we have session this. So like this, and we can remove those stuff in here. So how's this? We're gonna remove this also at some point. Don't worry about that. We're gonna remove that also at some point. So okay. So let's quickly see if this still works. So let's clear this thing. Okay, go back, log in with Google. Let's take this, continue, and we generated the cookie. So it's pretty good. Okay, it's pretty good. It expires at so I don't want to expire at 5 days, but for now I think it's fine. Domain is localhost. It expires on 19th, which is fine because today is 15th, so like 5 days. Size, header, HTTPS. Oh, this is HTTPS only. HTTP or like HTTP only, which means our these things cannot read. Yeah, this basically means that our JavaScript client cannot read it. So there's a very specific way of sending it down, and we'll look at that. We'll look at that. Okay. Implement sending down JWT token implementation. Session token implementation. So I would like to say comment. So post login our JWT token is created with necessary details and send across as a send in a cookie to the client. I'm just gonna push it right into the repository. Cool. Let's quickly do a little bit of refactoring. So one of the things that I do want to have is a profile service. So let's call it a profile service. Okay, so yeah, and then if I just say implement this IMPL. So this is gonna be a service. So if I just do there, one of the things I want to do is create profile, and it takes in the profile. So we don't want to take the profile, but yeah, we'll see exactly what is required. I'm gonna implement this method in here. So exactly what do you do here? So you get the Google user and you save the profile with this. Okay. Profile user with this. How do we do this part? How do we do this part? Maybe the Google user itself should be having this thing, but okay. that's another thing to actually say. So I'm gonna create this here. I'm gonna take this thing, and then from here I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna say create profile. So first of all, we need profile repository, final profile repository. Okay, cool. So you definitely need to get in provider ID. Along with that, string name, string email. Name, email, return. So this is gonna be profile. Okay, so if I go here, it needs to needs to return a profile and string provider ID, string name, string email, string profile pic URL. So let's just say this for now. String profile pic URL. So this here is gonna sorry, is gonna be this. So the first thing that we want to do is this. Okay, if optional is present, we simply want to return optional.get. Okay, otherwise we want to create something new. Okay, and we're going to do that, but in here download the image and upload to the local container, which basically means that I want to download the image and come back on my side. That's something that we have to do. So maybe I don't want to do it right now because I feel it's a little bit things that we have to start working on. So yeah, I'm likely not going to be implementing it right away. I'm likely not going to be implementing it right away. Yeah. Cool. So now what do we want to do? So we have this, and instead of this thing, we'll have profile service and profile service, and this also can be. Okay, let's go one by one. Let's not, jump ahead and do something. Yeah. So here, I'm simply gonna say profile service dot create profile, and I'm gonna say create profile if not exists. So here then I'm gonna say provider ID, Google user dot get name, Google user dot get email, Google user dot get picture. So get what exactly does it send me? Picture. Yeah, I'm just gonna say get picture. That's fine. And this here, profile is this. Import this thing. So now in here, that's pretty much it. Because yeah. Cool. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Yeah, I think it's a good session now, and refactor profile service. So I'm gonna call it a day. Again, next weekend, maybe tomorrow I stream this thing, I don't know. But whenever I'm gonna stream it, maybe I'll start working on storing the image and on the me profile for actual starting with UI integration. So this might be coming in first. But yeah, I have to see. So yeah, thank you so much for whoever tuned in. It's already 12:30. I am going to log off now. Thank you so much for whoever tuned in, and I hope it was a learning session and a good informative session, or at least fun to see me struggling and sweating with a couple of things here and there. And again, when I say some of the things that I say where I am refactoring a couple of things here and there, I always do not go with how you think about what kind of patterns it would be, and I feel it's the wrong approach. I previously used to think so, and I used to try and fit everything into a design. I don't do that anymore. It's very simple for me, where if I can keep things simple and if I keep the abstraction layer simple, I feel your code can be unwinded by someone and read by someone very simply. So that is what I think, but again, opinions, and a lot of successful folks still work with design patterns. A lot of successful people don't work with design patterns. But yeah, whatever it is, as long as the application works and your code is extensible, I feel it's good. Yeah, that's what it is, and yeah, I'm learning quite a good amount of things working on this. And I'm going to continue working on it, and I'm going to finish this project. The main reason I'm going to finish this project is that I stream. So it kind of becomes an... I don't know how to say it, what to say exactly. It kind of becomes like the audience becomes the PM, where I have to be responsible and say that, okay, I'm going to finish it off and have a finished product end to end. And yeah, I can show it as one of the projects that I worked on my personal time, and a couple of things that I learned, I can share it. So yeah, I feel that is that's a good thing. And yeah, saying everything, thank you so much. It's already past midnight and I still haven't had my dinner. We're gonna grab dinner and get some sleep. Thank you so much, whoever tuned in. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good session, and I hope you had a productive session. I did. And yeah, see you soon. Thank you.